Alright, hello Boys and Girls Club members. I hope you're all doing well during this difficult time, especially with it being so close to Easter. Well, today we're going to be making a statue out of items you can find typically around your home. Toilet paper rolls, you need tape, scissors, a pen, and a marker. And last but not least, a paper plate. So, we'll just probably get right into it. You will only need 3 toilet paper rolls at most. You don't have to have 3, depending on how you want to make it, but it's preferred that you do. So, the first thing that you do is that you take one of these toilet paper rolls, sit it right out in front of you, and then take the other one and sit it right next to that one. And then take the third one and set it on top. Now you want to get the bottom ones a little closer together, so this one will set exactly on top. The reason for this is because later on, here in a second, you're going to be cutting these. But what you need to do first is find out where to cut them by looking at where they overlap right here and then putting a mark on it with your pen. Once you've marked that spot, come to the other side. Look again, see where they line up. It's a little more difficult on one of the sides. And see where it needs to be cut and mark it. Yeah. Now, you can do the same for the back too. So, just take it where it needs to be cut. If you can't see, I'll move it here. Now, if they fall on you, it's no big deal. You can just put them right back together and line them up with that one side. See where they line up here. And mark it here. Mark here. Wherever they line up with these two. Overlap. After you do that, you then can take your scissors and cut about, say about a 1/2 inch to a 1/4 inch down, depending on how you want it. It's not really that much. There we go. Now you want to get them relatively even, because what we're getting ready to do is something a little more different. Now, if you push down hard enough, you can actually see little indents in the toilet paper roll itself, and you can even cut down those if you'd like. No, don't cut them much, just in case you don't end up using them. But cut them just enough, they should be just fine. And you want to take this and cut on each of these lines, like I said before, 1/2 inch to a 1/4 inch, give or take. Alright, now after you do that, you can cut both of these, but you don't have to, because the real one that you're wanting to cut is the front one. So you'll then take the spots where you've cut it and slide them in those cuts. Now, for those of you that have a difficult time getting scissors to match up, say that you get it and it looks a little sloppy, looks a little ragged, just take scissors again, cut just a little bit further. But if that still doesn't work, you can take anything like a pen or something and mark where you've cut it previously. That way, if you need to go back and fix it, you can by putting a little tape on it. So, first things first, you take these, as we said before, line them up wherever the cuts are, and put them on. Losing my, right? Make sure they line up good though, like that. You want them to do this. See? Slide right in between. Alright, after you do that, you've got your basis of what you want. Now, if it looks a little crooked, again, you can adjust it. Just cut a little bit further. Don't cut too far, though, because the last thing you want is to make it uneven or a little lopsided. But then again, you can adjust it however you like. So, after you've done that, after you have it all lined up, you can take a pen again and find out exactly where the middle is here. Okay, and mark the middle on that. Mark it here, wherever you think the middle is. Okay, see? Okay. Next, you'll know why for that later. Next, you'll take this paper plate and you'll cut it in half. And those of you who are curious as to why, you'll know here just shortly. Okay. Now, you have this half this paper plate. Now, what's really important about this is that you keep this bottom part flat. The rest of this, you can cut more out of it. You can cut it around the edges here. You can cut this entire top piece off if you want. So you can keep it or you can cut it off, either one. Or you can just flip it. The next thing you'll do is you'll take this, sit it on top, figure out where the lines are again, just like you did in the first one, and mark them with a pen on both sides. Okay? And you'll just cut down it. Not too far, but just about another 1/4 inch to a 1/2 inch, either one. Again, you can adjust it as well. Alright. You then take this piece here and slide it in between those grooves, right? To where it measures up. Right? Now that you know where all these go, you now take this off, these apart, and you take either, you can use scissors, you can use a knife, you can use a razor, whatever you feel most comfortable using. For this particular instance, I'm going to use a razor knife. See those marks that we marked earlier? Right here with pen. You'll take these and you'll just put a hole in it. But you'll want to put the hole big enough for something to go in it. So again, you could do about 1 inch. Just don't put it too long, because if you do, you're going to overlap with some of the previous cuts you've made before. There we go. Now that you got the holes here and here, you'll take your other half of this and you'll just cut a little piece off of it, like a slice of pie at an angle, just like you cut pie. And like that. And if you want to measure it perfectly, you don't have to, but you can. You can just line it up at the other end of it here. And you can either mark it with a pen, like so, or you could just leave it on there and cut it the same way you did the first one. Okay. Now the reason for this is because whenever you take your centerpiece here, you're going to take these pointed ends and put them in here. Now, right now, I'm having a little bit of difficulty getting it to where it'll fit in there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my razor knife or whatever I have at the moment, stick it in there and just wiggle it. If you only have scissors, you can do the same with scissors. Take the end of it, put it in there, wiggle it around, widen the area, and then you'll take these and pop them in there. Right? Right? Right. So, why is this important? Because when you go through and you finally decide to put it all together, you'll take all these pieces with the holes in them wherever they are. Line them up how they were. Just how we had them before with all the lines that you'd previously cut. Maybe a little difficult at first. If it is, it's okay. However it takes to get it, right? See? Now we have this. Now, all you want to do after that, if you want to adjust it, you can. You don't have to keep just such a strict guideline for where you put your cuts in this. But right now, you can see genuinely we have a relatively easy figure. So, now comes the fun part. You can take it apart. Oh, don't forget to tape it when you're done putting it together. Just tape right along the front and right along the back to hold the legs in place. And then you decorate it. So I took a little time and went to provide you an example of everything that I took. And this is something like what you should have once you get done decorating. All right, so this is Wilson. I've named him myself. You can do really any design with these. There's not really any limitations. It's just one and done. You put the tape here to make sure that you cover this whole spot and lock it in place. And you can sit it anywhere around your house, put any little face on it. You can even put bunny ears on it for Easter. So I hope you guys really enjoyed this, and I hope to see you all soon. Have a wonderful Easter.